Hey, Alaska Adventure Seekers. My name's Neil Darish. I'm with McCarthy Lodge Resort, and today we're going to go through the top 3 mistakes we see visitors make when it's their first trip to Alaska. We've been helping our guests get through the state of Alaska and build a better trip. So let's start with what's the number 1 mistake that first-time visitors make? But once you've decided on Denali, nothing wrong with that, then what? What you want to do is pick destinations worthy of 2 or 3 nights and don't break up the long drive. By picking destinations where you get to know a place and then doing the long drive all at once, you're at least having a reasonable trip where every day is not spent in the car 4 hours a day. You want to avoid driving a half day every single day. You'll end up at dots on the map. There'll be gas stations or a little snack shop. They're not actual destinations. Once you find these destinations that are worthy of a couple days of your valuable vacation time, it doesn't mean that that 8 or 10 hour drive between actual destinations in the state of Alaska are not worth your time. Oh, they are. But here's the trick. Don't leave at 9 a.m. to go to the next destination. Plan your trip so that at least one of these very long drives, you set out on that drive at 4 or 5 a.m. or really early time. Why? You're going to see all the wildlife. It's just like an African safari. You want to be on the trail at first light. What you'll find is billboards are illegal. It's 2 paved lanes through the wilderness, and it's going to be light out the whole time. So you don't want to end up at a gas station at 3 in the afternoon. First year that we opened McCarthy Lodge Resort, I noticed that every guest was one night. Everybody was picking a gas station to spend the night because it's the biggest dot between Anchorage and McCarthy. Mistake number 2 is not appreciating those large distances for what they are. They're an opportunity to be surprised, wonderfully so, from the safety of your car. And Alaska's provided a couple of paved lanes. Billboards are illegal. It's light out the whole time you're traveling in the summer. And best of all, it's your best chance to see wildlife if you leave before everyone else. You see, the wildlife uses the roads as a game trail, or they're certainly close to the road. And yeah, you don't want to hit a moose. Well, you want to be watching for scenery. The last big mistake, number 3, is the one that, well, it's kind of hard to tackle, and it does require a research hound. So first, those that are watching this video, they're probably doing a bit more research than just ticking off the boxes. So everybody does Denali. Nothing wrong with that. It's a must-see. But then what? The last mistake people make is they struggle to find a real Alaska community experience. So when you go to Denali, you'll visit Talkeetna. It's inevitable. And ask in Talkeetna about McCarthy, and they'll say, oh yeah, that's what Talkeetna used to be like, because McCarthy is what Talkeetna used to be like. Nothing wrong with Talkeetna, but when you're there with all of the giant buses and the mass tourism that is Glitter Gulch, the reason the cruise ship market is so large is because they make it really safe. It's a very safe way to see wildlife and to prevent mosquito bites. But you know, when you're in your car and you're driving through the state of Alaska, consider it like your own personal cruise ship, only now you're on a wilderness safari and you're driving 2 paved lanes through the wilderness. In a community where there's people that are self-reliant. You know, they figured out how are they going to live a life of Alaskan wilderness. Not because you might even be interested in doing such a thing. No, it's because there is a different sense of life out in Alaska, in bush Alaska, in the wilderness. In future videos, we're going to go through how art connects people to the wilderness, how experiencing the wilderness by surprise, meaning wilderness by definition is unpredictable. Paul Klaus, a very famous Alaska bush pilot, taught me that. And if wilderness is by nature unpredictable because no one's ever been there, how can you do that safely? Well, you know, one way is on a cruise ship, another way is in your car. So pick destinations worthy of 2-3 nights. Don't break up the long drive by picking dots on the map, and try to find at least one small bush community. It can be a coastal community like Cordova. It can be an inland community like McCarthy. The Alaskan experience is where you become surprised and enamored by a direct connection with something unpredictable. Wilderness. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe now.